Hi, this is Ambritt from Louisville Public Library. Today we're going to be doing some crafting, but I wanted to let you know we're going to have a grab bag the first Monday of every month. It's going to be related to the craft. There'll be supplies in there for you, and it will correspond with that Saturday's video. So this will be once a month, the first Monday of the month. Also, if you could leave a comment, we'd really appreciate it. It truly helps the library. Just let us know how many people are watching at home and if there's anything else you'd like me to do in the crafting videos or different crafts you'd like to see. Okay, let's get started. Hello, so today we're making this easy keychain. It's just made with wooden beads and some plastic beads. You could use whatever you have at home, or you could purchase some beads. Wooden beads you can get in bulk for very inexpensive, or you could get pony beads. If you do wooden beads, you could of course stain them or paint them. You don't have to leave them bare, but I like the look that this has, just completely not finished. So yeah, this can be hooked up to keys, a bag, just anything. You can make it your own, which is what I like about it. So let's get started. Okay, so to get started, let's go over what you need first. So you will need some sort of scissors with some sort of cord. This is suede cord. You could also get like elastic cord, any kind of cording that you have, or that you could buy at like a jewelry crafting place, or even like Walmart has crafting supplies for like jewelry making. So preferably something either that's suede cord or elastic cord would be what I would go with. So again, I have the suede. You will need scissors just to trim. That's what you need the scissors for. You will need beads. So again, you could do any kind of beads that you have, or if you don't have beads and you want to purchase some, you could get wooden beads. They're very inexpensive. You could do pony beads. I have some of these larger plastic beads also, which I did a combination of the wooden beads with the plastic beads on here. I went for kind of like a cherry theme. So with the, I felt like the green and the red, that's what I instantly thought of when I saw it. And then I liked adding in the wooden beads just for something extra and different. So once you have your beads, we'll go over just some extra supplies. You will need some sort of either jump ring. This is what I have here. So like on a keychain. Or if you don't have those, you don't want to use those, you could use just these kind of rings that open with jewelry tools. These are jewelry pliers. You could also just use regular pliers if you don't have jewelry pliers. They will need to be small enough so you can open that and then hook it into your little keychain we're making. So these are optional. If you have jump rings, you won't really need these. And then another optional thing is some glue, preferably hot glue, just because again it dries so fast. I always feel like I say that over and over again, but it really does come in handy for a lot of things. I just use the hot glue to close off this this little bit of cord that I had left rather than snipping it off. So I will show you when we make this one. But if you don't have hot glue, you don't have to do that. You could also use some sort of like strong type glue like E6000 too. All right, so figure out how long you want your keychain to be and just literally snip your cord. I'm just gonna make it similar to what I had there. So then just use your scissors to cut. I like to make it a little bit longer than what I'm actually going for, just so I have extra. So that if because if you don't want it too small, because if it's too short, then you're kind of gonna have to just start all over again. So I would always trim, with a little bit extra in mind. All right, so for this, figure out, again, pick out your beads and then start putting your beads onto whatever cord or string you have. The suede cording goes through the wooden beads really nice because the wooden beads have a really large opening compared to these plastic ones. But the plastic ones do fit on, but I have to kind of finagle them a little bit. So I just put on the 2 wooden beads and then go ahead and tie off your end. So to do that, just literally just making a little knot. Just pull it really tight. Just make sure whatever beads you're using don't fall off. So if you're using really small beads, just make sure you might have to do 2 knots maybe, just depending on what kind of cord you're using. This suede cord's pretty thick, so even if I was using pony beads, I probably wouldn't need to make a double knot, but I might need to. It just kind of depends. So then just figure out, you know, what kind of color scheme you want. Again, I'm doing that kind of cherry theme, so it's 2 of the wooden beads, 1 green, 2 red, 1 green, and then just 1 more wooden bead. I've seen a lot of different color schemes that are really, really cool, especially with the wooden beads, because you can paint them or stain them yourself, and you could do your own thing. You could do like a gold theme, black and white theme, you could pick like some of your favorite colors, just anything that you like. So for this one, the suede cord, kind of difficult to get through this wooden bead, or the plastic bead, because it's not as large as the wooden bead, but will go through. It just takes a little bit of finagling, which you might have to do too, depending on what kind of beads you have, what kind of strain cord you have. So just be patient. Once you kind of can start to see it peeking out at the top, that's when you can kind of get it to come through. There we go. So there's that one. If you decide to do suede cord, what's nice is the pony beads should go through, the suede cord should go through the pony beads really easy compared to these plastic ones. But I do like the way these plastic ones look. So again, it just depends on what your preference is. You can never go wrong with the wooden beads, because again, you can paint them, stain them, leave them bare. You can do so much with those. And they're really inexpensive. I actually had less trouble with that one than I am with this one, of course. Alright, so I'm going to finish putting my beads onto my string here, and then we will finish that off, okay? Okay, so with a little finagling, I was able to get my beads onto my cord. So now, you're going to take whatever ring you have, again, preferably a jump ring, and then put that onto your cord. Like that, and then I'm going to turn that over and make a knot just like you did at the bottom. I'm just going to pull the end through that loop we made, and then just tie it off and tighten it as best you can without ripping it. Okay, so now I have this piece hanging. I don't like that, so I could just cut it, but instead I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. That's what the hot glue is for, which again is totally optional. So just put a little bit of hot glue onto the cord, and then take the one that's sticking up and just attach those to the glue. Just let that dry. So again, if you don't have that kind of ring, the jump ring, you could also just use one of these rings and just use some sort of pliers to open them and then put them on the end. What you could do is you could make your loop, make it big enough, close it and tighten it, and then open your ring with your pliers, put it through, and then close it back up with your pliers. So that's an option. But what I do like about these is obviously these are nice for putting on any kind of keychain because they, you know, easily open, and then you can just attach it to whatever. So there's that one. I wanted to show you what this looks like on some kind of bag, just for an example. So that's kind of how it would look on a bag. You can put it on, again, your keys, any kind of keychain that you have. So yeah, it's just fun. Again, this is really something you could make your own, do your own kind of color scheme. So I really hope you enjoyed, and join us again next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching our video today. Join us again next week and every week on Saturdays for a crafting video. Also, again, there'll be a grab bag once a month on Mondays, the first Monday of the month, corresponding with that Saturday's craft. Again, please leave us a comment in this video. We'd really appreciate it. It helps us a bunch. And don't forget to stay safe out there.